Hey, yo, welcome back to another Division 2 video. Before I start off, I just want to say thank you so much for 3,000 subscribers. We hit that before Christmas and that was my target. So yeah, let's just get to this 4K as soon as possible, and I'm going to be putting loads of content out next year. So yeah, let's get it. As you can tell by the title, today this video is very different from what I do, but I thought it would be nice to upload something different to the channel. So before I start, I just want to say I'm not putting this video out to tell you guys that I'm an amazing PvP player, because I'm not, and I know there's loads of other players that would give me a real challenge. So yeah, I'm not putting that out there at all. Like literally everyone plays differently and has their own opinion, but this is how I play PvP and this is what I think helps. So this video is directed to players that are probably new to PvP, or even a PvE player that wants to get into PvP but they can't find the right way to do so. So let's get into the video. So for the first thing in PvP we're going to go over is strafing. Now if you didn't know what strafing is basically moving your character left to right, dodging the other person's shots, making it harder for them to shoot you. I've been literally doing this my whole time playing Division, and yeah, it does really help. I think strafing is very important because for me it isn't a time where I don't strafe. However, in Division 2 there ain't much of a strafe compared to Division 1, but it's still good to do it because it really does help in gunfights. Like if I didn't strafe in some gunfights, I would lose the gunfight. Strafing is good to do, but you need to know when to do it. For example, a good time to strafe is when you're reloading and they are shooting at you, so that you don't get hit as much, and after the reload you can land them shots. Also, strafing is good when you have more than one person on you. So if you got like a full group chasing you and you're strafing, literally they're gonna find it hard to get you down. So if you're running through the dark zone and you're strafing, you got a full group on you, you can get around the wall and pop a medkit and be at full health again. And if you have heals, it's even better. So if you are focusing a player and then you need to reload, the first thing I do is to start to strafe, so that while I'm reloading they struggle to hit shots on me. Now again, strafing is a part of reloading, so them two literally are put together, because if you don't strafe whilst reloading, you can die. It's simple, because if think about it, if you're reloading and running in a straight line and someone's behind you, they can just shoot you down. That's it, you're done. So yeah. Also, a good thing to do is if you want to equip the booster hive, that can make you run much faster and you can strafe with that. And as well, if you're in a reloading or popping a medkit, the booster hive is going to help. So yeah, strafing whilst reloading is really going to help your survivability, and you want to know when to strafe and when not to strafe. So yeah. So for the second thing we're going to go on to now is when to pop a medkit. Now I know this is a big thing in this game. Some people do not know when to pop a medkit. It's like they pop a medkit right in front of me and it's just I can shoot them and they'll be dead straight away. In PvP, using medkits is the #1 thing, especially if you're not running any heals. Because say if you're running a defender drone and a hive and you have no heals, if you're getting shot down, nothing's going to heal you. You're just going to want to pop the medkit. So every time you're going to be desperate to pop that medkit, especially if you ain't got high armor. So like for example, when I played Division 2, I always used to try pop a medkit in the worst possible positions. For example, if you're on low armor and you have someone on you, the best thing to do is to either run and strafe into cover and then pop a medkit. Or you can run behind a vehicle, a wall, which will cover you, and that's going to protect you whilst you're popping the medkit. So like literally, I found out this when a week after playing, because coming from Division 1 to Division 2 was a complete change for me, because Division 1 you had the instant medkit, but in Division 2 it takes quite a bit to pop your medkit, you got to hold it down. So literally I was just going in the most stupidest positions. Sometimes someone will be shooting me, I'd pop the medkit right in front of them because I'll be like, I need to heal up, But yeah man, literally doing this will keep you alive, and you can fight again straight away. If you're using a gunner specialization, you can pop your medkit and instantly face tank someone. But if you're using something like the survivalist, it's always good to pop your medkit and then roll out the way, because that medkit is going to heal you up bit by bit. With the gunner, when you pop the medkit, if you got that perk on, it's going to instantly heal you straight away, straight to full armor. But with the survivalist, it's going to heal you bit by bit. So you want to make sure you want to get out the way and then start shooting them. I find strafing and dodging their shots whilst my medkit is healing is really going to help. Popping medkits right next to someone isn't always the best thing to do, but sometimes it does work because the other player has to reload, so it delays the time. But most of the time it's always a bad move, because you might be let's say 5 feet away from someone and you're in cover trying to heal a medkit, and you're looking at them running towards you and you're thinking, come on, heal up. You might heal up straight away, but then they shoot you and you're down, because your reaction time, you're thinking that the medkit's going to heal you, and it looks like it is, but then boom, you're down. For example, yeah, if you're running in a doorway in like an alley in the dark zone, and you pop your medkit behind the wall, and you can see the 2 players running towards you, you don't want to then, after you pop the medkit, start shooting them straight away. What I usually do is I pop the medkit, I see them running towards me, I then run the direction that they was running towards me, the opposite way, so then I can get behind them and then start shooting. That's my tactic anyway. Some people might do it differently, but that's what I always do, especially if it's in a doorway or alleyway. Alright, so the 4th point in PvP is solo PvP. Now, I don't know if you guys watch my channel a lot, but some of my subscribers do, and I appreciate that. But I am a solo PvP player. Most of the time, when you go across my channel, it's always solo dark zone PvP. Now, not all of us are solo PvP players, so I think solo PvP is fun and really improves the way you think while fighting, and it does change the way you play, literally. Because if you're a group player and then you go to solo, you're going to see the tactics and the different ways you're going to play and strategies you're going to use, you know, to get your opponents down. Because if you're always in a team, you know, you're going to be relying on that other teammate to pop a medkit for you, or, you know, to be close with you, to heal up, or for them to pop, you know, the booster hive or this and that, you know. So when you're solo, these things are not always around you. People, you know, because they don't have a clan or a group or friends, they'll just go in the dark zone solo, and they want to kill people, you know. So they'll go into there and they won't have a decent build. If there's 3 people or 4 people focusing you, you're going to be downed instantly, straight away. So my advice would be literally to just run the DZ with a solid build, you know, with a good armor build and good damage. So this is what I do. I go for a high armor build with AR and, you know, at least good damage, which is about 20k damage. But like, as I was saying before, if I see a group of 3, I'm not instantly going to push them and see if I can take them on. I'm going to get in a good position and focus one player one by one. What I found out doing solo PvP even from Division 1, you know, is that if I'm trying to kill one player, if I down that player from the group, I'm not going to try and finish that one player off, because if I'm going to try and finish him off on the ground, that means whilst I'm trying to shoot him, the 2 other players or the 3 other players are going to be shooting me whilst I'm trying to focus on this one guy on the floor. And it's going to just put your focus off, and before you know it, your armor's going to be like halfway down, and whilst you're trying to run away to get back into position, you're going to be down. So yeah, like literally that's what I've figured out since playing Division 1. It's always best bet is to just down them and don't finish them off straight away. Once I get that one player down, I'm just going to focus on the next one in the group, and I'm going to make sure my position is right, and I'm going to make sure I'm not pushing too much. Like, it's always a good idea to push back away from the group and healing up so that, you know, you can shoot them from far and put pressure on them. It all depends on how many people are in the group and, you know, and how experienced they are. But if a full group is running towards you and you're shooting from far at them, in my situation I'm going to be using the AR, I'm going to get a little advantage as I can focus one player at least. And, you know, at least one of them is going to get down. So yeah, that's my tactic, you know. I don't always push right into them, because, you know, I'm going to be focusing one guy, but then all 3 of them are going to be focusing me, and it's just, I'm not going to 100% kill them unless they're really, really bad players. But like, most of the time, I always like to push back a bit, heal up, shoot, push back a bit, heal up, and etc. And it's just going to, you know, by the end of it, I could get them all down. You just don't know. So yeah, that's my tactic and advice. Let me just put this out there. From all what I'm saying, it's not going to help you straight away. But just because of my experience with the division, I feel like I know how to solo quite a lot. So, you know, not all the time, you know, you'll be good in solo. When I go solo sometimes, I'm trash, I'm bad. If you use these strategies and tips, you know, and little tricks in your own way, you know, that's what's going to help you to become a better solo player. And, you know, it's all about confidence. Because when I went into the dark zone, when I first played division solo, I was one scared nigga, trust me. I did not want to be solo. I had to keep matchmaking to get, you know, my friends in, because I just didn't want to solo. But when you have that confidence and you know what you're doing, and you know the strategies and the tips and the tricks, that's what's going to help. You know, some people might put in the comments, oh, this guy doesn't know how to solo and blah 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 and he's trash. That's fine, because that's what they think. But from my experience on how I've come against players in the dark zone being solo, this is what I think is best for me. But you can take my advice and put it into your own way and doing things. So yeah, that's literally how I solo in the dark zone. And I think I've covered most of what I think is best to do in the dark zone whilst being solo, whilst popping medkits, whilst strafing, and whilst reloading. I think them 4 things is the main thing for me whilst being in the dark zone and doing PvP, you know. And conflict right now is not really a place I would go to do PvP, because they're using a lot of negotiator, you know, bleed hives and all of that, and some people just don't have 100% hazard protection for that bleed hive, and it's just messing them up. And that's what is bringing a lot of players away from the game, because they'll just go straight to conflict with no hazard protection, and you know, you have a group of 4 with 4 bleed hives and they'll just get instantly melted. If you guys want to drop any feedback on, you know, your advice on how you solo, on how you play PvP, you know, and your tips and tricks, just drop that in the comments below, man. You know, we all want to help out the community, and some people just, you know, need that push. And it's a lot of the PvE players that complain when they go in the dark zone, because, you know, they're getting killed off by a PvP group or PvP player, and they just don't know how to, you know, use the strategies and, you know, kill that player. But, you know, it's about putting this stuff out to, you know, help the others and make the dark zone just better for lots of people, because I find the dark zone is a negative place for PvE players. But if they went in there and they knew what they was doing, they could still farm their stuff, you know, get their loot. But then if they see a player trying to bother them, they could kill them and, you know, feel good about it. I've seen loads of PvE players go to PvP now, because, you know, they finally, you know, they got over it, and it's like exciting for them because they know how to come against these other players. But yeah, I really do appreciate you guys getting me to 3K subscribers. It's been a mad year. Yeah, next year we're going to be posting so much. I got so much content for you guys. I got loads of ideas and stuff. Thanks for watching. Let's get 70 likes on this video if you can. Like, comment, share, subscribe if you're new.